Okay, so we're back in Natura here, and for me, to tell you the truth, guys, this is one of the most exciting things that we're doing this collection, is entering the lamp category, and you're going to see lamps sprinkled throughout. Great category, as we all know. And we were just trying to find a entry point, and it was difficult for us, and finally we found a supplier that was really able to get us some designs and do some things that we wanted to do, get us price points that are valued price points, and we're really excited to be able to bring this to you. So this is actually a bubble glass. This is hand-blown glass. It's hollow here, so they cut it off here, okay? And I love seeing the wire. That's often called a French, I think it's called French wiring, because in France they often would take a container and just have the wire outside, and they just run it along. And UL and people don't like things like that, and so we're able to put it inside here. And I think it's good and fun and interesting to see it. We did a shade, an oval shade, which is great. This comes with a harp. I'm just going to take this off so you can see it. Okay, and we love the fact that the shade has, it's a linen type material and it has a beautiful graphic screened on it. So the whole combination of this makes an easy, neutral lamp. That's one of the most important elements, that a lamp is easy and neutral, can go in.
It still has personality.
And yes, and this is really distinctive. You know, there are a lot of things people could do with this. I could see a store, for example, filling this with shells and then creating a base. You know, you get an oval piece of wood.
Almost like the cloche effect.
Yeah, and they get an oval piece of wood and they just sit it on there. Now, lamps don't move often, so the fact that it's not attached is not the end of the world, but you could fill this with something and really do things with it. So we just love the category. We're hoping you guys respond well to it. If you do, that will be an expanding category for Two's company, and we will have lamps and a more variety of them in each collection. So we always love your feedback on it when we get a new category. Over here we have our very successful votives that we've always done, at least for the past 3 years, that have the mercury and shine on the inside, a frosted finish, and then you get to see the patterns. So here is a very subtle pattern that you can see. It's a sea life coral with different shells on, and that pattern appears on all the sizes. And we're selling 2 different colorings. We're selling a silver white and a bronze, and again we're working with those neutral colors. Another item that we just found it to be just pretty interesting and a great finish are these nickel-plated metal shell napkin rings. You can see the insides just to show you what they're like. Okay, it's really a good value. That was one of the things we found that was so great on it. We did a set of four different shells here, and holds a napkin beautifully. Right underneath it, we have here, I'm just going to, our placemats, okay? And so this is one pattern. It's just a 13 by 19 placemat out of jute, the jute material, and we screened on it a pattern. We have 2 different patterns. We have the coral, and then we have the assorted shells. The thing to note here is just the simpleness of these, the neutrality in the color, and then the detail. And so here we put a nice fringe end to it. They're going to be coming packed as a set of 4 with a hang tag. So 4 of them. I think it comes on a cardboard so that it will stay flat, you know, to the retailer and end up being a really nice gift. So 2 different items coming packaged that way. Look at Eamon. Eamon's going to show a lot of the packaging, and if it's not finished yet, it will, you know, it will be enhanced, so that you'll always see more added if we have the opportunity to add that.
The table runners are exciting.
So the next item are the table runners, done with the same 2 patterns, okay? And so these are roughly 10 feet long, or maybe 8 feet long, the measurements in the book. And people use table runners. They have the same fringe edge that the other one has, and people use these for a lot of different things. They're great for decoration, and these are really well priced. So you're getting a lot of look and pow for your money. So we have two different patterns on the table runners, and we're hoping that you guys respond well to that. Up here, Z, if you want to just look at the wall art here, this is also done on jute. Jute's a wonderful natural material, and so it's all woven, and then we actually adhere it. This is a wood frame, but without a glass for cover. And so it's a nice simple wood frame with the white printing. We have 4 designs, they're all in the book, and there's the other one down here. Okay, and it looks great as a set of 4 stacked, or 3, or the store could break it up any way they want. Another item that is actually one of my favorites is this little treasure ball, okay? And this is a glass ball, and it's filled with sand and shells. And this is actually a paraffin material inside. It's a liquid that doesn't freeze, okay? At least in normal freezing temperatures. I don't know how far it goes. And what it does is that having the shells and the sand and the liquid magnifies everything. And so we've always done so well with that glass ball for years, the solid glass one that was in Natura, in Tozai. And so here we're bringing something really fun, different, and unique. We just, again, love nature, love shells. These are all hand-blown glass. What they do is they'll fill it here. So each one will have a little dimple hole, which is the last point at which they put the liquid in, and then they blow it here. And so they're really, I think, works of art, and they look as a great accessory in a home. And they all just will have a variety of shells in them. I think that's all of the new that we have here. Layered into the book, there are a few current items that, one more item, thank you. We have our rice paper wrapped votive. So this is a candle holder with a painted top and a real natural printed bottom on a paper that reflects very beautifully. And so we took some very interesting patterns, more of today, and they make a great, and those could be used for flowers, or votives, or a pencil cup, or a variety of things. So as I said, layered in, there are a few current items. In the past, our introduction has had many more current items layered in. And we really focused, I think you have 90% of the introduction, or more, 95% maybe, is new. And so I feel a little sad because there are so many great items that could look fantastic in this set, and I would hate for you to forget to go from the new Natura into the Natura book. And I don't know how you're going to orchestrate that, but that's something to, again, think about in your planning. So how are you going to do that? Then, for them just to buy new is not, there's so much current that is so important and relevant here. So that's where you're going to have to figure out that pace of the sale, and we would love to know which worked best for you. Maybe in the first week, everyone should come into Z and say, look, I did it this way, or I did it that way, and tell us your success stories. Not so much the sales, we'll see that, but the success stories of how you approached the call. What was the most model call that you had, and how long did it take you to do that? That information to bring into us, and then we can share with the entire community, would be great.
Because we're anxious for the customer not to cherry pick and pick one item from this collection, a couple of items from another collection, but really buy in to the whole look in the collection.
And it all sits well, the packaging, everything. We are pulling everything tighter so that the stories can be shown in the store with a greater statement and with more impact. So a lot of exciting things happening here. We're going to take a break, and we're going to bring back the next collection to you.